Good morning to the folks of Industrial Automation. Good morning, LinkedIn. We are here the second day of SPS. My name is Philip Jauch. This is Moxa. And we want to show you actually a little bit more what we prepared for this year's fair. If you can attend the fair itself, we're happy to have you here. Come by, shake hands, see what we have in stock. If you only can join virtually, we're happy to have you here. You can also reach out to us if you want to. So, yesterday we talked about special applications and focus niches that we're having, highlights here. And now we want to talk about the bigger picture, about the wall that we prepared itself, showcasing different diverse applications you can find in the field of factory automation as well as process automation. And what this means actually from the industrial communication perspective, how to do that. So here we have the big networks, and I want to welcome Laurent. Can you please join us? Hey, how are you doing? You good?
Good, thank
Happy
you.
to have you here.
Thank you.
So we just started. Want to talk about the wall and not only about the applications, but what this means in general. OT networks with 62443. What is the challenge? What do we bring to the table here?
All right. So when you have a large network, all your daily challenges are much harder. You may have devices that are not visible in the network, that are not patchable, that do not support encryption or authentication. And when you have a large networks, this makes everything harder. So you have to monitor your whole network, which is including the devices that are not visible. So how do you make sure that everything is safe? Your attack surface is much bigger. And you need a security team to handle this, but it is understaffed because you cannot find anyone. They have to communicate between teams. IT, OT have different logics, and they don't speak with the same logic. So our recommendation at Moxa is that you should follow a standard, because everybody will speak the same language. All the devices are interoperable, and it makes everything easier to manage. On top of that, the standard gives you a comprehensive set of security measures that you can use that are regularly updated, and that reduces your vulnerabilities. And on top of that, when the auditor comes because you are subject to NIS2, you can prove compliance against the standards. At Moxa, we decided to follow IEC 62443 because ENISA, the European body that coordinates the implementation of cybersecurity in Europe, in the good practices, always recommend some standards to follow for each measure. And we decided to follow IEC 62443 because it is international and historically European. And on top of that, it is a very precise standard. You define one level and everybody down the chain know exactly what to do. So the flagship products of Moxa are all certified IEC 62443. Layer 2, Layer 3 switches, routers, cellular routers, wireless access points, computers. And this makes everything easier to manage. And next year, we will have even more of these products. So you focus on your vulnerabilities on your networks, and we focus on our part, the component parts, and you will be safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a good introduction. Thanks. See you, Laurent.
See you.
So we go to one of the first applications we're having here. I want to welcome, we talk about remote connectivity. All of the machine builders are having that. Igor, hi.
Hi, Felix.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
We come here. Igor.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Come here. He will zoom in.
It is very well known that machine builders spend a significant amount of the time by sending engineers all over the world to do their job. And their job is maintenance, actually, of the devices or reparation of these devices. It is, of course, understandable that these actions are very expensive because it requires resources, it requires time, and what we can offer by Moxa side. Actually, we have our remote connectivity solution with our new on-cell G4302 device, which is presented here, certified according to IEC 62443, security level 2. What does this security means? Not every maintenance engineer will be let into the customer's network because of security concerns, of course. And this device will enable remote connectivity on a secure manner, on a very easy way. powerful combination with our unmanaged switch, which will connect end device and connect powered on-cell device, will enable remote connectivity from any location in the world. Our new device, on-cell G4302, with LTE category 4, will be enabled to work actually in every part of the world, in the United States, in Europe, and in Asia Pacific region. This device, besides IEC 62443, supports redundant cellular link on the one side, which we call guarantee link, preventing that cellular connectivity will not be lost. It supports also dual power input, enabling customer. This device works 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week, all year, and many, many years. Of course, this device can be monitored in any security software in a secure manner, which means you just need to click on the map on the device to get access to the device and assess behind it, which means end devices which are connected. The beauty of this device that it has so many redundant protocols inside, routing protocols, static routing protocols, virtual redundancy protocols that can enable customers to keep calm that his device and his asset will be always accessible. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And what is important to me is it's not only about the products. We have our specialists here. When you come here, shake hands, give us a talk with us. We have people who know the products, the applications by heart. So thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Always. Thank you.
So we go to the next part. We talk about basic connectivity, about retrofitting. Ruth, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hello.
You good?
Good.
Very cool. So what we are in general having actually is we have the part in the field. There are still a lot of machines talking serial communication. So it's about how to connect them, how to make sure. And it's like it's a vast machine parks that we see, and we say we come from the field of serial communication. Ruth,
Yeah.
what do we have in store right now? If people want to retrofit, have machines with serial connectivity, tell me something about that, please.
Yeah, sure. So as you say, serial communication is very important in industrial automation. We've got lots of devices in the field, so lots of old legacy devices. And protocols, different protocols. And we need to connect those old legacy devices to the modern Ethernet network, since we have a lot of production machines with the Ethernet interfaces. We need to connect these devices to that network. And this is one of our M gates. So this is a protocol converter. It's the Generation 2 5435. And it has high performance, so a very big data size with multiple connections. It's very secure as well. We have a secure boot, which is Moxa firmware only. And it's also developed according to the IEC 63442/4-2 service level 2 as well.
Again, so we're consistent here, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And it's very easy to use. So the new intuitive web console makes it easy to troubleshoot. And it also has a great rugged design. So it has wide area temperature, isolation protection, and it's also a very nice looking black slimline design as well.
Did get an upgrade. And we have more to show here. Actually, you have your presenter there where we show even more. So
absolutely.
Also again here, thanks for joining us. If you have topics, application challenges about retrofitting, maybe it's that product, maybe it's a different solution that we have, come to us, talk to Ruth. Thanks for having you here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, next application, we talk about basic connectivity for PLCs. Also, when it's not only about unmanaged switches, it's about getting some data out for the PLC itself. So, again, Igor. again,
yes, much. Of course.
So, what the challenge itself? Sometimes there are manufacturers who say, I do have, I don't know, Siemens, Rockwell, Profinet Ethernet IP, maybe I use Modbus, and I want to integrate the switch in my PLC to get data out of it because maybe I want to do something if the connection breaks or something.
Of course.
But can you tell me more about this special combination of products that we're seeing here?
Yes, of course. Sometimes, really, there is necessity in industrial automation to have a device which speaks multiple languages, because PLC speaks multiple languages: Profinet, Ethernet IP, Modbus. And sometimes, customer really needs only one device with all this protocol to connect these devices on the network. This can be achieved using our entry-level managed switch, which we call Smart Device Switch, SDS 3000 series. This device supports multiple protocols, industrial automation protocols, like Profinet I/O, like Ethernet IP, or Modbus TCP, all in one. Customer just need to choose from the web GUI each protocol that he wants to connect his PLC, and he is done his job.
So you don't need to be a network expert, actually.
Exactly, you don't need to be expert at all. Everybody can do that on a very simple way. This device also has very nice graphic user interface with multiple languages: English, Chinese, French, Japanese, German. So it is applicable to work in any part of the world. The beauty of this device, it supports redundancy on the power input, but not only on the power input, redundancy in the protocols. Rapid spanning tree protocol, which is highly desirable to prevent network fail downs and unmanned recovery of the network. Then spanning tree protocol, media redundancy protocol. Besides all these industrial automation protocols, this device contains all in ones. So few, and this device can be also monitored in network monitoring software, not only from Moxa MXU1, but as well from third party, thanks to its supporting protocols for remote monitoring and management. Sometimes it is really useful also to have security in our devices, besides of this switch that PLCs or any other end devices connect. This plays significant role our new network address translation device, NAT102, two-port solution. Actually, this device is firewall secure router which connects towards one device, but we shall have also solution with 8-port devices that can connect multiple. This device can also white listening of the local connected devices and preventing them intrusion from some other devices. So contains multiple security features, of course, and the firewall all in this small device which can fit on a palm. This combination of SDS switch and NAT102 is the powerful combination in industrial automation to connect almost any PLC talking this mentioned protocol. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, always.
So we're going to the next topic that we're having here on the wall. This is actually, we're talking about everything that is moving into logistics. So it doesn't matter if it's AGVs, AMRs, so the newest kind, if it's ASR systems. So we talk about actually wireless solutions. And it doesn't matter if it's the current gen that we have right now with Wi-Fi 6, where we have like the best combination of stability, compatibility, and products that really are compatible with that. And what we also have in stock here is sometimes you don't know, every machine builder does it a little bit differently. Sometimes you do it with an IPC, sometimes with a PLC, sometimes with centralized PLCs and remote IOs. It always depends on your solution, on your needs. So what we have is a proprietary solution, because Wi-Fi 5 still is a little bit tricky when it's about how to roam best. So if those devices actually move, how to make sure that there's little to no interruption between those access points if they move from zone to zone to zone. We have a proprietary protocol called turbo roaming, which makes sure that there's a handover before it loses the connection, making sure that you have little to no interruption for your moving machines. This is what we have right now. Also 62443, this is what we're going for, because it has to be stable and secure and rugged. Those machines should live long. This is what we're doing here with the current gen. And this is more, let's say, use cases from the existing field of factory. On the right side of the wall, we have more of the newer parts. And this is why we still have intralogistics here, but we also designed a 5G gateway. So if you say, I want to go with campus network, so private 5G in your shop floor, in your logistics, and you have a base station there. You can choose different kinds. We see different POCs right now happening in the market. And we know what we connect. We're in the field level. And this is why we do have a gateway, actually, that you can have on your machine that supports 5G. So enable your machine to not do it wirelessly, but with 5G. So you can choose, actually, what you want to do. You can go with samples, POCs. Just come talk to us. We also have the head of R&D from Taiwan actually here if you want to know more about this. We got something in stock here. So, coming to the next part. Dun, 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 dun. And oh, look, there's an award. I just want to state this because with those products, actually, we just won Git Security Award, and we're like #1. So thanks to the guys in the headquarters designing such a great product. Just because it's just standing there. I have to do that. I'm sorry. So, next topic. It's about future trends. Laurent, I want to welcome you again. Again.
Hello.
So what we're seeing here as emerging trends is like PLCs, hard PLCs, soft PLCs, virtual PLCs are becoming a thing. In general, it is not, for me, it's not about the device itself, but what it means for a production field. And this means there's way more flexibility that is needed. And you normally have security by design, I would say. But if the shop floor is getting more flexible, you also want to make sure that it's still secure at the same time. Please enlighten me what we have from here to here, enabling you piece of machine.
So what is a virtual PLC? It's a PLC that can be installed on any generic hardware. So typically it's a desktop, a server, or even an on-premise cloud. Why would you get a virtual PLC? First, it's cost effective. You don't have to buy the rugged hardware, which is usually quite expensive. It's very flexible. You can configure, test, emulate your PLC on any platform. Usually they are modern, so they are connected with every protocol available. When you do, so a lot of advantages. And when you do, you need to take some precautions because maybe the OS is outdated and shows some vulnerabilities. Maybe the hypervisor. So the hypervisor is a software layer between the PLC and the hardware to make it independent from the hardware. It doesn't matter anymore if you have a Xilinx, if you have an ARM, whatever. Maybe it is disconfigured, which brings extra security concerns. And so you need to be very aware of that. Maybe you have some phishing because it's we have customers who are victims of phishing, of ransomware. It is really a trend nowadays. You should be careful.
Yes.
And even if on the node everything is safe, maybe on the network you have a DOS attack, which breaks the connection between the PLC and the terminal. So you need to take some precautions. This is why you have the award-winning EDS 4000 and the EDR 8010, which is the little brother of the award-winning 9010. So you should consider this as a potential threat, and you should have a firewall with IDS, IPS, so intrusion detection and protection systems. Use encryption when you can, authentication, and this is why we have these devices that are certified IEC 62443.
So going from 10 gigabit to gigabit to fast Ethernet, where you say you're sometimes price is a little bit more sensitive for the machine builder, but still you don't want to miss out on the features. So this is where you can start, but still going managed and very secure already.
Yeah. Going managed, I would say, is something quite important in general.
Very good. Thank you very much, Laurent. See you. And again, come visit us, talk to him, because he is knowledgeable, I tell you. Then, next topic. We are actually experiencing right now, we're seeing it on the market, TSN is something that is happening, not only as a technology, but also reshaping motion control. I want to welcome my guest from Taiwan, Katie. Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Philip.
So what we have here actually, we started this with some symbols here saying, we do have a TSN switch, what we're having here. And the challenge that we're seeing right now for the market is actually that, you see, there's more Ethernet shaping new solutions for motion control vendors actually. Yeah. We're in between partnering with the CLPA, with Mitsubishi, so CC-Link, IE, TSN is something that we're doing very much. Yeah. Tell me something about in detail what we have in stock here and what do you make?
Yeah, I would like to start with how TSN's being involved with the marketing Moxa. Actually, it's been discussed for quite a time, and we went through a lot of stages, starting from technical education, where markets started to know what the technology is, And then this technology is starting to be implemented in a conceptual realization, where we see how it really works and how if there's anything need to be improved as a technology. And then now we are at the stage of making a landing, and we see more and more use cases being created. And take the motion control as example. So industrial applications for sure will be mixed with non-critical data and critical data. And in the past that we rely on the proprietary protocols to ensure a real-time communications on the control packet. And we need to create another networks to make sure that there's communication of the general non-critical data. But that creates a very a lot of efforts on the operation side and maintenance side to have a distinct networks. And now with TSN, we'll be able to running both non-critical data and the critical data all at the same network, and not to worry about any of the delay transmission of the critical data.
So real converged networks with the foundation of gigabit always inside, we say that is enough bandwidth to make sure everything is getting handled.
And that's how the TSN G5000A S4 we support the AO2.1 AS and AO2.1 QPV for time synchronization and also deterministic transmissions. And of course, the switches is designed with IEC 62443 in mind, as all of our solutions are.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Again, if you have an application, a challenge where it's about TSN, come to us, talk to Katie. We are here at the booth. Let us know, because maybe we can help with a PLC, with an application. We have some real world examples right now being deployed in the world. So maybe it's also time for you. Thank you very much, Katie.
Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye. Next topic, we're talking about special kind of cybersecurity with a very specialized use case right here. And you very often, you do have an HMI. So you do have a touch panel, key panel. Very likely it will support some part of Windows, maybe Windows 95. I want to welcome Mohammed.
Hello.
Thanks. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good?
Good.
So what we're having here is actually, we have a panel you normally find on machines. Those Windows systems are not as long supported as machines are actually in the field.
Yes.
So can you tell me, what are these products, or what is the solution what we're bringing to the table here?
Yeah, of course. When you have devices like this which are kind of outdated, and in an OT world, it is not really recommended to connect these devices with an internet, and where one cannot update them. One solution is maybe a very costly, but you can keep on updating with the most updated version available in the market. But of course, it is really annoying, and for vendors, it is really difficult, or for the operators to use the most updated and keep on replacing with the new ones. So there is a concept of virtual patching, and Moxa is introducing with firewall solutions called EDF G1002, which provides most updated security patterns. This firewall is coming with a layer 2 to layer 7, you can say, firewall solution, and with a deep packet inspection on top. And you can also having intrusion prevention system and intrusion detection system, which will keep on updating the security patterns like a Windows update. But when you have so many of these in the market, or in your industry, in an industry environment, it is difficult to manage these firewalls, right? So we have a MX Security, that is a network management software, in order to maintain these firewalls. So with single click, you can update all these firewall security patterns, and yes, you can save your devices.
So to say it, non-security, that guy actually knows the exploit that can detect this device. It is sniffing like the bit patterns and saying, okay, if something is, because it is known, the attack is always the same. It just throws the packet away. Yes. And this is one part of looking deep into the packets, knowing those exploits actually and getting.
Yes, pretty much. Of course, this is the main concept of having a virtual patching. You can protect your critical assets, and this guy can filter out each and every packet.
How to patch when it's not patched anymore.
Yep.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Next and last topic that we're having. In general, we're talking about industrial communication. So we don't have end devices. But what is important is that in the general shop floor, in the factory automation, you aggregate data very often. So you have your control network actually, and you don't want it to be disrupted. But what we're seeing the last years with the digital transformation is there's way more data that is collected. And it's not only about the PLC, it's about additional sensors being deployed at drives. Do they work? Won't they work? How's the vibration pattern? Sometimes we see it where there are like audio signals deployed in the field. What is the humidity? It depends on what you produce actually and which sensors you sometimes want to have, because creating the digital twin actually is way more about the machines. It's about the people who work there. It's about the environment you're doing, about the pieces you produce and the patterns. And so you connect way more. You want to aggregate that data, do something with it, and get that out on a horizontal level, secure that it's not disturbing the network. So we actually have something here, and I want to welcome Amjad, our guru for IIoT. Thank you very much. Come here. So tell me something about why do we do it like this, and what is the benefit of it? Oh, yeah, we changed.
Hello everyone. As Philip mentioned about digital twin for data acquisition for manufacturing. As we have here IoT portfolio, you can see different models here. Smaller AIG 101 for simple data acquisition, and if you wanted to do some edge processing and data aggregation, then you go one model higher called AIG 301, ARM-based computer. And if you are talking about some machine learning on the edge and AI applications, then we have one level further x86 Intel-based device. So Moxa Advanced Industrial Gateway provide simplified data acquisition and connectivity and device management to private and public cloud. For example, you can send data from your machines to Microsoft Azure cloud. You can send also data to AWS cloud, and we also provided generic MQTT clients if you have your private cloud on premises and you want to send data for security reasons. You don't want to send this data to the public platforms. So furthermore, the device do not only allow you to get the data from diverse data sources, but you could also do a device management, for example, with the digital twin from Microsoft Azure cloud. In addition, I wanted to highlight that the automation teams really struggling how they can install IoT gateways in their existing industrial infrastructure. So thanks to our EDR G9010 and the Microsoft Nested Edge architecture, which aligns with the either 95 para models, and that means that the device can work in a hierarchy scenario. So that means the device in the upper layer can connect to the cloud and acting like a local IoT hub for the lower level devices. So lower level devices like 301 and 101 connected to the machines can work in offline scenario, which is one of the requirements in DMZ layer. So yeah.
So it's about being fast, that you can scale it, that you can deploy it fast, and it's still secure.
Exactly. So we at Moxa, we want IoT easy, fast, and scalable, and we are also open to work with ecosystem partners. So edge device, we provide edge infrastructure, and our software partners can deploy their software on the edge device. And with the device provisioning tool, we can do mass deployment and mass provisioning to Microsoft IoT Hub.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Flip.
Thanks. Very nice. So this was actually what we have in stock for you here with this wall, with those applications. You can find us on Hall 5, 208. This is where you can find us. It's not only about products. It's about the people. It's about the know-how. It's about we are here actually discussing that for you, because the industrial automation is not something where you just buy a product and it all works. It's about really understanding your challenge, the best combination of all the electric devices you need. And if you want to start easy, we have those as giveaways. Those are managed switches in metal as well as plastic. Drop by, talk to us, maybe get that, and maybe share afterwards some feedback about how you like it in your lab and your machine. Tomorrow we'll talk about trends like 5G and TSN with our actual market experts. I would love to see you there. If you have questions, reach out, come to us. I'm Philip Jauch. Have a good day. Enjoy SPS. Goodbye.